Welcome to Short Times. Today we are going to quickly watch the 2018 movie Every Day. Every Day is a fantasy romantic movie directed by Michael Suxey. The movie's about a shy teenager falls for a spirit who wakes up in the body of a different person every morning. So let's get started. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe and the bell button. It motivates me to do more, and if you wish, you can leave a like and comment as well. The film begins with Justice Smith, waking up in his bed, while also setting his smartphone alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. The scene shifts to a high school, where the main heroine, Rhiannon, and Gary Rice, is discussing how she's been texting her lover Justin frequently, but he never responds. She sees Justin and rushes up to him, inquiring as to why he hadn't responded to any of her texts, and apologizing for messaging so much. He pauses for a moment before responding. Rhiannon tells him she wants to take the day off, skip school, and spend it with him. They skip school and spend the day at the aquarium, on the beach, and generally having fun. Rhiannon, who has never spoken to anybody about her father before, tells him about him as they prepare to head home. She tells Justin that he once came home and announced to the family that he had received a significant promotion. He then reserved an entire theater for the family to celebrate, but it turned out that he had actually been fired, causing him to have a meltdown. Her mother had to work 2 jobs, while her father now spends his days painting. Justin is kind and attentive. As Justin is driving Rhiannon home, she tells him that the day was ideal. He pauses and assures her that things won't always be this way. She shuts down him and tells him that she wants the day to end well. She informs him after their kiss that it is much better to kiss him when he is not smoking. He promises to keep that in mind. The following morning, Redeed Girl awakens and checks behind the wall. She whispers Amy and sets her smartphone alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. later in high school. Rhiannon notices Justin. He's smoking a cigarette next to his car. Amy, Jeannie Ross, approaches Rhiannon and taps her on the shoulder, stating that she is new to the school and would like to shadow someone for the day. She asked if she might follow Rhiannon around. Rhiannon completely agrees. Rhiannon introduces Amy to her friends Rebecca and Alexander in a lab lesson. Amanda, Arcuria, and Noah Teague. Justin enters the classroom looking for her and asks if he was intoxicated the day before. She tells him no and wonders if he remembers. He tells her that yesterday was a blur and that he now has a mountain of schoolwork to catch up on. He reminds her to attend a weekend party, tells her bye and leaves. She is upset because his reaction today was so different from his reaction yesterday. Amy notices and informs her that she does not believe her boyfriend treats her fairly. She reaches up, tucking a stray hair behind Rhiannon's ear. Rhiannon is still unhappy, so she instructs Amy to shadow Alexander for the remainder of the day and departs. The scene shifts to a young boy, Nathan, Lucas Jade Zuman, awakens and sets his alarm for 11 p.m. and 11:50 p.m. He goes to his computer and looks up a location on a map. That evening, at the party, Justin is having a good time while ignoring Rhiannon. Meanwhile, Nathan approaches her and they begin dancing. Justin notices them dancing and rushes over to Rhiannon to claim her. Nathan assures him that because he is gay, he is not a threat. Then he says he's drawn to Justin, who looks surprised and hastily excuses himself. After Justin has left, Nathan asks Rhiannon if she wants to go somewhere quiet to get away from the party. They find a quiet area, and Nathan questions Rhiannon about her relationship with Justin. She describes him as tall, thin, nice shoulders, has a connection, and they chat for a long time. Nathan ends up leaving late. The following day, Rhiannon's buddy tells her of a boy named Nathan, who was discovered parked on the side of the highway and was now claiming to be possessed. Justin wonders why she's been hanging out with someone so insane. Meanwhile, Rhiannon receives a text from an unknown number requesting her to meet them alone at a coffee shop to explain everything. Because of what happened with Nathan, she decides to go. In a coffee shop, a girl appears and informs her that she was Justin the day they went to the beach, Amy the next day, and Nathan the day before. Rhiannon is frightened and uncertain and leaves the coffee shop. The day after that, she receives another text message from the same number, inviting her to meet again. This time, she is greeted by a huge Asian boy. He provides further details, and she begins to believe. He tells her he wakes up in a different body every day, always near the last one, and introduces himself. He has no idea who his parents are or where he came from. This has been his life for as long as he can remember, waking up in a different body. He shows her an Instagram account he keeps, which he claims displays the faces of the majority of the people he's woken up in. She later goes to see Nathan at a church. Nathan claims to have been possessed by the devil and informs her of the Instagram account. Nobody believes him since he didn't have time to download any photographs before the password was changed. He recognizes her from Instagram. He had uploaded a photo of her with Justin. The next day at school, Rhiannon runs into him as a girl who says that he ran out of time to delete the calls and Instagram from Nathan's phone, which is why Nathan believes he is possessed. Rhiannon now believes and is angry that he kissed her as Justin. He informs her that he'd never felt that way about anyone before meeting her, which is why he acted so differently that time. The scene shifts to Rhiannon and him meeting in a library. He's now a black man named George. They continue to converse, and Rhiannon moves closer to him. When George's mother interrupts them, they lean in for a kiss. Rhiannon flees after hearing a whisper. The following day, he awakens in Rhiannon's body. His excitement is obvious, and he can't quit smiling, as her sister Jo observes. When Justin approaches her at school, she explodes, telling him he doesn't appreciate her. He storms off, and then, once he's calmed down, he's worried about what Rhiannon will think the next day. He visits Rhiannon's father's workshop and asks him why he paints. Her father responds that it's just the way he is. He writes a letter in which he describes what happened that day. Rhiannon awakens the next morning. She approaches Justin at school and informs him that they need to take a break. He is unhappy over being dumped and decides to leave. She then finds him and informs her that she is no longer with Justin, and recalls what happened the day he was her. She advises him to allow individuals to maintain more of the memories of the day he was in their bodies. Rhiannon is seen riding in a truck with a man. They are heading to her uncle's vacation cabin, which is 3 hours distant from their house. They spend a beautiful day together before he departs with the truck. He pledges to return tomorrow. The next day, it rains, and she spends the entire day waiting. He never appears. Rhiannon must phone her mother and request that she take her up from the cabin. He awakens in another body and finds that the boy, Michaels, is scheduled to fly to Holland that day. He is terrified because if he ends up in Holland, that is where he will wake up the next day. He phones Rhiannon and requests her assistance in rescuing him. Rhiannon chases him down in her sister's car, taking out the driver's side mirror in her attempt to flee Michael's mother. Rhiannon is unhappy since he abandoned her at the cabin after promising to return. He says that he couldn't come since the girl in whose body he woke was having a lung transplant that day, and he hadn't awoken until the evening. He was also not permitted to be near any cell phones. Rhiannon's buddy Rebecca confronts her at school about rumors she heard about Rhiannon meeting up with a strange guy who abandoned her in the woods without a truck. Rhiannon lashes out at Rebecca. Later that day, Rhiannon encounters him, who is now inhabiting the body of a suicidal girl, Kelsey. He informs Rhiannon that Kelsey has meticulously planned her suicide and would most likely attempt suicide as soon as he departs her body. Kelsey's father works late and won't be home in time to stop Kelsey. Rhiannon encourages him to push back and stay in Kelsey's body long enough for his father to return. The scene shifts to Kelsey's father returning home, and he informs her father that she requires assistance. At school, Justin's friends are calling Rhiannon a slut. Rhiannon ignores them and meets him in the girls' locker room. He explains that the girls' anniversary dinner with her partner would take place after school this time. Therefore, he can't be with her. Later, Rhiannon tells her mother that although her father has changed, and her mom to rekindle a close relationship. The next day, he awakens in Alexander's body, Rhiannon's lab pal, and tells her what a nice guy the real Alexander is. Rhiannon requests that he try to remain in Alexander's body for a while. He concurs, and there's a montage of Rhiannon and him having fun at school, kissing and holding hands. Rhiannon reconciles with her friend Rebecca, who informs her that she has always thought Rhiannon and Alexander were a perfect match. Alexander's phone has 3 missed calls from mom, but he ignores them in order to spend time with Rhiannon. Rhiannon and he are at Alexander's front door late at night, and Rhiannon decides to enter. They enter the house and notice a large Happy Birthday Alexander sign, and Alexander's family sit at a table with a cake clearly waiting for him. Alexander's mother approaches him and informs him that his aunts and she had spent the entire day preparing his favorite delicacies at his request. She informs him that he hasn't been himself recently, spending all of his time with Rhiannon, and that they all love him, but that he shouldn't take his family for granted. The next day, he sees Rhiannon and tells her to meet him at Alexander's house that night, because Alexander's family will be out of town. Rhiannon gladly agrees, oblivious to the fact that he is quiet and appears to be trying to tell her something. That night, he advises her that their relationship must come to an end, but that the real Alexander is ideal for her. Rhiannon is upset, but he informs her that she is wrong. Alexander has a loving family, and it's not fair for him to continue occupying his body. He also tells Rhiannon that their connection is preventing her from finding the ideal guy for her. He encourages her to consider her life 10 or 20 years from now, when he may be waking up in the body of a married man. He tells her that she will always be his first and only love, but that he is unable to provide her with a regular existence. Rhiannon ultimately realizes that she can't be with him, but wants to treasure the last 3 hours together. They're cuddling in bed at the end of the night, and Rhiannon wonders if Alexander will remember what occurred. He says he will, to some extent. It's nearly midnight, and he falls asleep. Rhiannon kisses him before softly exiting Alexander's room. The next morning, he awakens as Katie, a wealthy black woman, and drives away from Katie's home. Today is a new day. Rhiannon is putting things away in her locker at school when Alexander approaches her. He has a locker close to hers. They place their belongings in their lockers, and then Alexander asks Rhiannon if she has ever been told she has a lovely smile. Rhiannon recalls her first date with the hero, as Justin, when he complimented her on her smile. The film concludes with Rhiannon and Alexander going down the school hallway together, hesitantly smiling at each other. It is implied that they will end up together.